Yesterday we had Trader McCain. Today we have Trader Obama. U.S. to send 3,000 troops to Ebola danger zone as the Obama administration shuffles military's mission in Africa. So the question I have is, what exactly is the military going to do to fight Ebola? Are they going to shoot at it? Are they going to drone strike it? I mean, seriously, why are we sending 3,000 troops to Africa to deal with this Ebola problem? Are there any other countries doing this? Probably not. And that's what, begs the question, why are we doing this? Now, another thing that I have with this is, why aren't we sending 3,000 doctors and scientists to Africa to combat this? Why is it troops? This is a classic example of this government thinking that every problem is a nail and therefore every solution is a hammer, because there's nothing that these troops are going to be able to do. And furthermore, are all 3,000 troops going to have those big spacesuits ready for them, or are they just going to be expected just to go in essentially naked to contract the virus? And I believe that's what they're going in there for. Now, I don't know if they'll be wearing the spacesuits or not. I really hope they would be. However, one thing I have to say is, if you are one of these troops, you have to refuse. I mean, how can you be so gullible to just follow orders and say, yeah, I'll go to Africa and contract Ebola because, my president, commander-in-chief told me to? No, these troops, they need to all get together and say, no, we're not going to go over there and literally sign our death warrants to serve this evil president, when in reality, there's probably a much more sinister agenda at work here. And keep in mind that this government just ordered 160,000 Ebola hazmat suits. Now, there's a part of me that says, that's probably a good thing, because I would rather them be prepared than not be prepared for something like this. However, when it comes, they are so evil and so sinister that when you say that they are purchasing 160,000 hazmat suits, it's because they plan on using them. And the last thing I want to show is this is from January 21st, 2014, InfoWars. FEMA accelerates preparations for pandemic. And that's why these kind of websites are so important, because they literally will tell you what to expect in the future, and they literally predict the Ebola outbreak in this article. And it says right here, Federal Emergency Management Agency is looking for contractors to supply 40-yard-sized dumpsters along with experts who can dispose of contaminated biomedical waste during a national emergency. The request for information appears on the BizOps website and asks for feedback from waste removal industry vendors that can potentially provide either dumpster service and or biomedical waste collection and removal services during emergency response events, even within the continental United States. And then down here at the bottom, it says, one website linked to the dumpster order to a previous FEMA solicitation seeking 100,000 doctor scrubs, pants, and shirts to be delivered within 48 hours to 1,000 tent hospitals nationwide. Contractors responded to the unusual request by stating that they were unable to fulfill such an Armageddon scenario. 1,000 tent hospitals nationwide. Clearly, they know that something was about to happen, and they were preparing for it, because when it comes to this government, everything they do is prepared. Nothing ever happens randomly. There are no organic things when it comes to how this government works. And in the rare event that there is an organic event, you kind of can tell that it is an organic event, because one, you don't have all the fear-mongering in the media, and or they'll just completely have a media blackout. And so this is total treason, because they're sending 3,000 troops over to Africa, and the Ebola virus takes 21 days to incubate, which means that you will carry the virus for 21 days without showing any symptoms. So what? They're going to send these troops over there, and then they're going to send them back to America afterward, and then disperse them all over the country, so that when they start showing their symptoms, they'll be able to easily spread the virus all throughout the country, because they're going to be spread out all over when they get back. So the fact that they would send 3,000 troops into a hot zone is complete treason, because we already know that some of these troops will catch the virus, And if you ask me, well, how do I know that? Well, let's look at it this way. Over in Africa, over 100 doctors have already contracted the virus while wearing the big hazmat spacesuits. And so if they're able to contract the virus even wearing the spacesuits, then 3,000 troops, even one troop catching the virus is one too many. So I just wanted to show that to you guys today, that this is what our president is doing while the whole world is on fire. He's intentionally sending our men and women over there, and are they going to all be sent back? I mean, that's a really good question. I want to know what's going to happen to these 3,000 troops once their supposed mission is over over there. Are they coming back? Or are they going to stay over there? What are they going to do? And as I see people saying online, he's sending those troops over there because he hates the troops. And you know what? At this point, that's probably a pretty good reason as to why he's doing this. But even more than that, I think he just hates America and he wants to see all this go down so he can have his medical martial law and grab people off the streets who have colds and even just grab healthy people off of the streets.